Hello everyone, this is for everyone's highest and best good, highest and best good, highest and best good. My readings are a little bit differently, I like to do them in a circle and incorporate herbs and crystals and books possibly, depending on what comes through. Only take what resonates out of the readings, know that what's said could represent the past, present, or future, and that free will can change the meaning of a reading at any moment. Some of the readings end up being an extended length, which is a paid version. You pay for that second extended length on my website, or it might be a full free length session. I don't know until I get going and how I'm guided. All right, deep breath in. So I'm hearing the words by Alicia Keys, no one, no one, no one. And actually this song seems to come through a lot, so there might be someone that this really resonates with. And at the same time, I'm seeing like this pendulum swinging back and forth and sort of like deciding on who your love person is supposed to be. And it's swinging back and forth, back and forth. And finally, it just like stops like right in the middle. Like it's not resonating with either person that you've put out there. So you sort of like shrug your shoulders. You're like, oh, well, and you keep going on with life. Like you're really happy with who you are and what you're doing with your life and where it's going. But there are those moments of, well, I really wish I had some love in my life. And so we're going to continue the reading and see where it goes. So this is from the Urban Crow Oracle. It's called Battle. And we have two crows here. They are really going after like these flowers, or they're like fighting and the flowers are going all over the place. There's feathers going all over the place. They are really fighting it out and not enjoying the beauty of life. And there are all these crows up on the wires, sort of like watching, observing. It's sort of like there's this battle going on inside you of choosing like who it is. But you don't have to choose when you know. When you truly let your intuition guide and you're living life and you're doing the healing work and you're going the way you're supposed, being guided to go, I should say, that there's not really having to choose. It's sort of like brought to you. So don't get caught up in useless worries and battles and doubts and fears. Majority of them never come true. But and you also look at the bottom here and it almost looks like there was a tree, but the tree has been like pushed down. And you see like the city line in the background. It's sort of like the rest of the world's going on about their business, but this is the inner battle is like for you, inside of you. And we have all those that are observing, like your many, many thoughts are observing and wondering who's going to win and where is this going to go. If you're on your phone or a touch screen laptop, you can always zoom in on these cards too as I'm going through. And we have luck here. I feel like out of all the many fishes in the sea, you're feeling like luck's just going to happen and one's just going to fall in your mouth. And that's the one. Like you're like, okay, it wasn't that one or that one. And you might have heard that there's many fish in the sea to choose from. So you don't necessarily need to worry about it. But this is sort of like being tossed about on the waters of life and not really being specific about what you want. And when you really get to know yourself and know yourself well, then you are very specific about what you do want. But also being open to there's a difference between the perfect one and the right one. The perfect one is like this ideal of like what you think you truly want, and then the right one is the one that really meets your needs, your wants, and desires. And so I feel like all these fishes and the battle going on, there's like this whirlwind of stuff going on inside your mind and your heart and your psyche and your nervous system. And you're doing life, but you're not really. You're sort of just like hanging out with your mouth open, waiting for luck to fall inside. But luck doesn't necessarily happen. Like when you show up, the universe shows up alongside with you and aligns like all the work and stuff that you're doing into yourself and who you are. The universe matches that. But you've got to want to. Memory. I'm hearing the words no more fishing. What's gone is gone. And they're sort of like doing this with their hands, sort of like move on. You need to move on. And there's a memory, and you can see at the bottom of the picture here, the girl is sort of in the red, and the rest of the people and even the city line in the background is all like gray, but there's like a couple red spots there. And it's sort of like the memory is being like crowded out and going about life, and sort of makes me think of that song by Subway by Chappell Roan. You might want to go listen to that. But it's not necessarily about, and the girl there, in some ways she has either like a really like boxy shirt on, or she might have been expecting at some point, and there's a crow up top like cawing and announcing the news of the day and observing everything and just going about life. And there might be a memory, a sweet memory, and those memories are good, and sometimes you can have amazing memories and moments with people, but doesn't necessarily mean that it's meant to go on there. It might just be serving its purpose at the time frame. And I think it's really interesting that almost, it's not like a garbage can there, almost looks like the garbage can is illuminated, sort of like what doesn't serve you anymore. Don't be afraid to put it into the trash to be taken out. Okay, let's get more specific. I'm going to use my Intuitive Answers deck here and my Sexy Intuitive. Two that fell out. We have April, and there's a musical instrument here. April might be the name of somebody, or in April. Sunday, we have tulips here. Tulips are about springtime, so this is emphasizing the springtime with tulips. And Sunday is also a very specific time frame. I'm hearing the words, two roads will not cross unless you put specific effort and time into it. And again, the words, you show up, the universe shows up. You put time into yourself instead of listening to sad, like music. Instead, give yourself some hope and pick yourself up. Because even though you sort of keep going on and sort of like have a somewhat going easy personality, there's sort of like this downness of like this sort of like, not like necessarily hopelessness, but sort of like not really living, I should say. And we have J here, and these are wind chimes. Wind chimes, they are the music, the voice for the wind. You can see the wind, you can hear the effects of the wind, but you don't actually get to hear the music of the wind, and the wind chimes give a voice for what everybody knows about, but not specifically. So there might be a voice, the letter J might mean something along with what you've been experiencing, but giving a voice to what you truly want, or giving a voice to let go of what you need to let go of. Like maybe writing a forgiveness letter and just being like, I really loved you, but I'm also forgiving you for letting go of me, and I'm letting go of you. And springtime is time for planting seeds and planting the garden. And so maybe after you have written this letter in the springtime, you can rip it up, plant it in the garden, and just let the earth take care of it. Let it decompose, let it give life to something new. And we have D here. Is this a bagpipe? I'm not entirely sure what instrument this is. Well, we have the letter D here. It might be DJ, or you might be DJ for music. And bagpipes, if this is truly a bagpipe, well, regardless, the message is coming through. Bagpipes don't necessarily sound like music to certain cultures, and to other cultures, it's like what they're used to. And they're used to what might feel uncomfortable to others as being music to them. And so there might be something very uncomfortable that when you lean into it, it might be more musical, or maybe you're learning to learn music too, to help you create expression through your hands. When you create with your hands, it actually relaxes the mind, and it's therapy. It's partly why I like crocheting and knitting and cooking and making music and painting is so relaxing and good for the nervous system. You don't usually hear, unless you're in a stressful environment, doing those things, but usually you only hear of beneficial things from doing those particular things. So this might be one way to relax you and to get into a better flow state. And when you're more relaxed, you get answers, you get understandings, you get hindsight. It's 2020, and get to understand something you didn't understand before. And I saw 1212 on the clock. And we have lover, we have a music symbol here. And we also see ornaments in the background with Christmas time. They're like, this too is coming, but it will also pass. They're saying like two Christmases, you will have what you're looking for in life. And the music is really, the music note this is, so we have, it's not the treble clef. Yeah, it is a treble clef. I play piano, I should know this. And there's snowflakes and stuff, so you just taking time to really invest in yourself and where your life is going is really going to help you, put you in a better place. So you are on the stable ground. You have a fertile ground that is happy and healthy and can produce beautiful, amazing things and things that stay and last. So it's a perennial and not an annual. And we have Sagittarius here, spontaneous, sarcastic, adventurous. And so this is confirming the Christmas, the holiday time frame here as well. And this is another one of those instruments that you play it with your fingers, and it can sound sort of okay. And then to others, like if a child got this and they were excited about playing an instrument, it's a great instrument for them to learn how to play and add it and learn more about it as they go throughout life. And here we have the numbers 12, and then we have 21. So 21 is 12 flipped backwards here. And then the 11, 1, 1, and then 2, 2. So there's a lot of really good energy here. And this person might also be Sagittarius, you or the person that you let go of, or the person that's coming in. In North, I'm hearing like the North sign, North Star. And so when you feel really, really, really lost, it's helpful to tap back into your North Star, that guiding light. Okay, I'm hearing that this is a full-length reading. And we're going to pull more here. The extended versions that I do where you can pay longer, that's support to my channel and helps me to grow this as an actual business. Okay. You love the feel of the blanket fabric stimulating your naked boobs as you fuck ass up in doggy style. So this is a full-on pleasure moment and spicy time. And this is something that could be in regards to self-pleasure, or can be along with others. And this is something that after all this wondering, for you to be in this position here means it's full on heated. It's going to be really, really good. And just as in life, it's going to get really heated up, and the right timing for this to happen, you're also going to be in a really good space where you can just completely let go. This is my Sexy Intuitive deck, and you can get this on Etsy, which is in my link. And we have to do this for YouTube. Speak out loud your sexual fantasies. So, in your wonderings, when you're in the shower and you're cleansing away the dirt, both physically and energetically and emotionally, and that's why people feel so good after they take a shower, or if they get home from work, they feel like they have to wash away the day. It's like a reset, and water is a great way to reset your being, your emotional health. But speak out loud your sexual fantasies, your desires, your wants. The person that you'll be with, you'll feel very comfortable with, because they're the true source of doing life with. And so there's that safety, that vulnerable ability to being with somebody and sharing this and feeling safe. So because right now in the moment you might not necessarily feel safe where you're going in life, you're just sort of like wandering and letting things happen to you, which is never a really good thing. But you want to be specific and purposeful about your life. He finds your shortness and wide-eyed expressions adorable. And so you might be short. You might just sort of have that innocent look that's on your face quite a bit. But that's just how you look. That's who you are. And you might feel sort of like not confident in who you are, but the right person you'll feel amazing with. "30-day sex challenge. Have sex with yourself or a person for 30 days and see how it changes you in a lush and positive way." Self-pleasure is like a meditation of its own. It's like touching your skin and feeling your yoni and like really feeling yourself and getting to know you. When you get to know you, like you get a lot of clarity in life. You get curious about yourself and your body. Down below, each person is different and beautiful. Enjoy your uniqueness. So this is about definitely like touching the yoni area, self-pleasure. And like, do you even know what you look like down there? Do you know what you feel like? When you know what you look like and feel like, then you actually have a baseline, so you know if anything changes for the better or for the worse. And so this reading has definitely gone from you feeling like no clue where you're going with life to being encouraged to spend time with yourself, get to know yourself better, learn how to relax through creativity and music. And part of that creativity is getting to know yourself in a more intimate way. So this has brought you from being concerned about who your person is back to you and you choosing life. Make self-pleasure your yoga. That just sort of confirms that. What if there's an easier way to get to your goal? Quite often, the very thing we resist is actually what we need and is easier. So when we're floating around through life, we're actually resisting our inner selves. We're living outward. We are sort of like ignoring the white elephant in the room, and that is yourself, and getting to know who you are. A lot of people don't want to do the work. They just want to be told love is coming to their life, money is coming into their life. But in order for it to actually come in and stay and be good, you have to put in the work. So what is it that you really want? What is your goal? Is it just to be married? Is it just to have love? And these might not feel necessarily just as just. It feels like something really big and what life is about, that you want to do a life with somebody. But all this, time for yourself, planting stuff, self-pleasure, time into yourself, meditation. This is a really good question to ask yourself. What is my goal in life? Is it to become a better version, or is it just to sort of go through the motions? See, you got this. So both that card and this card are for Intuitive Guidance by me, available on Etsy. See, you got this. Like, I feel like once you really step into discovering who you are and where you're going in life and expanding your own flowers and opening up to who you are, it will actually be something that you thoroughly enjoy. Like, you'll be like so loving who you are and discovering who you are and taking time for you that you'll just keep flowing with it, and you're going to attract somebody into you and that's vibing along with you. And so some of the ways to get to know yourself is we already talked about self-pleasure. You can look into yoga, you can look into crocheting and knitting and cooking, and something that has to do with your hands, whether your hands on your body or energy flowing through what you're doing with your hands, learning a musical instrument. But the hands, you doing stuff with your hands for your own self puts your own energy and creation into it. And then when you give that back to yourself, like, it feels like a full circle. A full circle. Speaking of circles, the Acrid as Fuck tarot deck like was grabbing my attention with its circles. So we have 10 of Cups here. Culmination, satisfaction. 10, not 10 of Cups. Anyways, that came out. Just saw 4, 5, 6. 10 of rings. We have 10 of rings here. So I feel like this whole message is saying you do all this and you get it all. You get all 10 rings, satisfaction, culmination. You have arrived. You're at the top of the mountain. All right, let's grab a crystal. And they want me to grab the rose quartz here. So this is a really big rose quartz. It's probably about 3-4 inches tall here. But rose quartz is all about love, self-love, giving love, receiving love, unconditional love, love. It's also protective. It's a quartz, so it's also a master healer. And so quartz might be a great thing. I just saw 555 for you to put underneath your pillowcase and sleep with it at night. And you want to put it underneath the pillow on the underside of the pillow so it doesn't like roll around. You can get a tumble and like put it in your bra or carry it in your purse. Then here's like a little hearts one. This might be something you can look forward. Rose quartz is not very expensive. It's very common, so it's easy to find. Let's grab a chakra stone. And we have I love. This is the heart chakra. So I feel like all this energy here is coming from your heart chakra. And getting Reiki done, massage done, getting body work done like craniosacral therapy, the Gillespie approach. All these will help you to get to know your body better. So that way you're also not afraid to touch your own body. And it also helps your intuition to flow better. I love. Let's get an herb out. So these are magnolia buds. These are what the magnolia flowers come from. And magnolia flowers and the buds are edible. You can drink them as a tea. And it's a very mild tasting tea. I've made these and drank it. And magnolia flowers are really good for breast health and anything having to do with the breasts. And you can actually put the petal leaves, the petals, the flower petals, into your bra and hold it against your breast area. So it's really good for breast health. And all on the breasts have to do with, because they point out mostly, they have to do with pointing out into the world, have to do with universal love and nurturing and out there. So I feel like this message is all about self-nurturing and self-love back to yourself. And definitely there's plenty of Etsy shops out there that you can get some magnolia buds from. I really like Tame the Spirit herbal shop. That's where I got these from. But magnolia flowers are beautiful, beautiful, and they're huge. So I feel like putting all this self-love and beauty and time into yourself is going to bring you so much more beautiful unfoldment and flowers and love and all the rings and all the whole watermelon. And so we went from you feeling sort of like going back and forth on things to being reminded it's about you and where you're going and planting good seeds and hearing the music and knowing that it is coming all back and it's everything you're wanting and truly wanting is coming to you. Putting in the time and investment into you. Remember, you need to put in the time, the universe comes along and gives you time as well. So thank you for listening, and I'm going to seal it in with a sound bowl. And feel free to check out my website, my Etsy shop. I also wrote a book. All my links are in the description underneath the video, or you can go to my profile. And thank you for supporting. Oh, it just popped in my head to share with you. You can also get your own personalized reading, and you can get that on my website. It's a membership version where you get 2 personalized readings a month. You can sign up for 1 month and then cancel, or keep going if you like the readings. Thank you. Bye.